What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be installing the exterior clearance lights and the new tail lights, and I'm going to show y'all how to install those and how to run all the wiring underneath the trailer to make sure they work right. So guys, this is the clearance lights that I bought. The brand is Optronics, and I bought these from eTrailer. And right now I do not have anything hooked up, and that's why I'm fixing to run the new wires. But so what you do is take it out of the packet and you pop the cap off. Just get like a little small screwdriver and against the edge, and you can just pop it, and the cap pops right off. And then you run the wire through the little bitty hole right under the bulb. And then all you have to do is put the wire through there. So now you just get a drill bit. And if y'all are wondering, I did not make this big hole because this is a little bit too big, but this was already on the camper with the previous lights they had. So I pre-drilled my holes. Now all you have to do is put it back up there, and with the screws they give you, just drill them into place. And with this specific light, it is self-grounding, so you do not have to have an extra wire. So it's a lot simpler just to have one wire to deal with. And then once you have this on, make sure it is secure. You just grab the light, just pop it back in place. And what I'll do is I'll come back around with a little bit of caulk and seal it around the edge. I have 3 more of these to do and then 2 tail lights, so I will get back with y'all whenever I get done installing them. Now I'm getting ready to run the lights, or the wire, actually from the back of the vehicle through the frame of the camper and up to all the lights on the side and on the rear. So I bought this 35-foot 4-prong from eTrailer along with all my lights and all the accessories. We will link that in the description below. But now I'm fixing to start wiring it up. So the easiest way to remember this, of which side to put the wires on, if you've never done this before. So you have 2 browns, you have a yellow, a green, and a white. Your white is always going to be your ground that you hook to the trailer itself. And then once you come on down here, the wires are in pairs basically, a green and a brown, and a yellow and a brown. So how to remember which side they go to is, green has an R in it, so you put it on the right side of your vehicle, and yellow has 2 L's, so that's always the left side. So that's just kind of an easy trick of how to remember what side the wires actually go to whenever you're running them, so you don't run them to the opposite side. Alright guys, after untangling that big old mess, it took me about 20 minutes, but I finally got all my wires separated and on the right side that I need. So I'm going to come back once I kind of get done running everything. I'm going to clean all this up, but I have the end of my wires here. And as you can see, in the middle of my trailer, I have 1 hole here and 1 hole here. So with my yellow and brown wire on the left-hand side, I will feed it through that. Green and brown wire, I will feed it through the right side. And now I will go on the inside and pull all this wire through. Now luckily my trailer already had, or the frame of my trailer actually already had the holes pre-cut, so, but if yours is a newer trailer, you might have to get a torch or a strong drill bit and drill holes for this. And whenever you do that, I suggest putting some kind of like little rubber pieces to go around the metal so you do not cut your wires. Alright guys, so I got all my wire run through here. There was actually a hole already through this piece, but I had to drill a new hole through this one. So now I'm going to get my wire and feed it through here so I can go up these walls. to run to my side clearance lights. Now once you have these right here run, and see like little bitty small holes like this, you really don't have anything to protect the wire. So another thing you can do is just get some normal electrical tape and kind of the air that's going to be rubbing, just kind of pull it back through. Then what you can do is actually just put a small little layer of electrical tape around your wire just to help protect it, just in case there's any sharp edges. Feed that back through there. And perfect. Now, you'll come to the other side and do the exact same thing. Alright, now you're good to go on that. Alright guys, I had to switch mounts. So now what we're going to do is take the end of the wire and run it up this wall. There's a little bit of gap between the wall and the piece of wood for the bottom. So what I'm going to do is run this line straight up through there. Once you find the end here, what you're going to do is, okay, once I have my wire up here, I'm going to find me a little gap between these seams. I'm just going to run it behind these wall studs here. That way it'll be out of the way, hidden. Then I have to kind of run it through there and run it straight down to my tail light. Alright guys, now that I've got everything wired up, what I'm going to do is get about the right amount of line I need. Okay, these two wires. Yellow wire is for your turn signal, stop, all that right there. The brown wire is your main wire, which is going to be your continuous running lights, which is going to be what these clearance lights are. So you want to get just like a little small box blade or your pocket knife. Really carefully just separate these wires, just like so, exactly where you need it. So we need the brown wire. So now what we're going to use this T-tap splice, and we're going to, if you can see, the top one you can see all the way through, but the bottom one actually has like a little stopper in there. So what you do with your brown wire, you put it in the first one, then you put your clearance light wire, hole that has a stopper on it. And once you make sure all that right there is really seated, get a pair of just normal pliers. And this little aluminum, it's actually a blade, so it kind of actually cuts the wires that actually connects all of them together. So what you do is you get your pliers, make sure everything's fully seated, and you just push down until it's all the way down. And then all you have to do is fold this little flap over and it clicks. Then that's all you have to do. Alright guys, I'm going to show you all from start to finish now where I'm at. First, here's the hole that we came in through in the front. We run it. Then here's the hole through the side. And then it goes up, or it goes sideways, and then it goes between the wall. So now it comes up this way, and it goes all the way up the wall, straight up to my front clearance light. Then, as precaution, I always put just a little bit of extra tape, but I show y'all how to use the little blue T-cap splicer. So I did that, and then I just wrapped it with electrical tape just for extra precaution, just so it won't come loose over time. So once this here is my back clearance light, I ran it through the wood, or between the wood and back here to the very back. Now run it straight down the same way behind the studs, straight down behind another stud, and then here is my tail light. Alright guys, this right here is my tail light. So I'm doing the right side because it's a green wire. So first what you do is the same thing you did on the other, is you kind of get your utility knife, box cutter, knife, anything, and you just kind of split the wire, just to give you enough to work with. On mine, it's going to have a red and a black. So the black is exactly what you have on your clearance lights on the side. So with that being said, I'm going to connect my black wire and my brown wire together, and then my hot wire is going to be my red, and then the green is going to be for my turn signal and my brake lights. You're going to use your T-tap splicers just like you did on your clearance lights. Use them the same way. You're going to put your long wire in first, then your black wire, and grab your pair of pliers, make sure everything's pushed in good. Grab your pair of pliers and squeeze. It's good and connected. Cap it off. And you're going to do the same thing with your hot wires. So and then your red wire will go in the other hole. Make sure everything's pushed in good. Grab your pliers, clamp it down, cap it. So now that I'm done hooking everything up, what I'm going to do is I left myself plenty of slag up here, where even just to have plenty of room to hook it up and it not come unplugged as I'm going down the road. So now what I'm going to do is hook up my white wire, which is my ground. All you do with that is, all trailers have little holes like this, or you can make your own hole wherever you want to. So what you're going to do is just put the O-ring over the hole, and then put your bolt in, and then you can use a socket or you can use a drill, whichever one you prefer. Just tighten it up, tight enough where it won't move.
No. We have lights.